Okay, so first things first. One hollow motor. Bearing covers. RS baby. Welcome back to the channel. You know it is, it's Wattrides here. Today we've got a different video going on. It's going to be in depth on how to waterproof, add bearing protection and customize your RS if you want to do that. This is what we're looking at now. Please leave a like, subscribe and comment to let me know if you find this video useful. Here we have RS high speed. Got about 5 miles on it, so it's brand new. This is going to be getting opened up. We're going to be siliconing it, waterproof in the right places, so I'll show you where they're going to be. Fitting this new tyre, which I prefer, it's off the EXN and the Sherman. Very important part here we have is 3D printed bearing covers. Someone designed these in Ukraine if I'm correct, and these have been designed 3D CAD. There'll be a link in the description if you want to go purchase off the guy, which I did. I've also ordered some from him as well. My good friend Tyre has printed these for me because I'm very impatient and couldn't wait. So these will be getting fitted. I'm going to keep that protected with marine fat grease, which is going to be good for anti-corrosion, so it will stop any salt, water, anything causing any damage towards the bearing area. This is called Teflon spray. It's just to keep this free spinning so it doesn't get too much friction if needed. Hex-Tech pedals, high pedal hangers and carbon fiber case. I mean, fiberglass case from ECU. Boom. So let's do this. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to remove this pedal, open up the right hand side and disconnect the battery from the motherboard and discharge the power, which is a very important step, so we'll get through that now. If you want to check out the options when it comes to electric vehicles and accessories, then go to erides.co.uk or click the link in the description where you can shop with confidence knowing you've got the warranty included with every purchase and get an additional 5% discount with the code Wattrides005 as shown below. Okay, put them in the cup, boom. Next thing we're going to need is a hammer and screwdriver to knock this rod out. Tap very lightly, should come out, yeah, no problem. Okay, so that's going to come out. And we've got 2 washers here, so mind where they go. Most probably fall in there, as they always do, so there's 1. Let's get this one out as well. There's 2, into the cup. And put this over here. Okay, so now we need to open her up. So Phillips, just loosen these all off. So what we're doing here is we're opening the right hand side first, just to disconnect the motherboard from the battery. And then we're going to discharge it, so then we reduce the risk of blowing the motherboard or dropping something on it, because we're going to be needing to take all that apart. So okay, so we want to lift this off now. Make sure all the screws stay there. So it should be a little bit stuck to the battery packs, which is normal. Just pry it off nice and gently. Should come off. Yeah. Remove the side. Place that over here. Bear in mind, all the screws are still in there for me. You can remove them. I'm going to keep them in there for now. So this is actually the first time I've personally opened up my RS high speed. First things first, which is very important, I'm going to disconnect the battery and the power from the motherboard, so then we get no unexpected prizes or unexpected surprises. So that'll be this cable here There's two. There's one which connects the other battery to this side, but we want to disconnect the one which joins to the motherboard, so you'll see it going in. So first things first, pull this apart. Okay, they're disconnected. And then, very important, hold this button. And what that does is releases any leftover energy in the motherboard. So now we'll be able to touch this with a screwdriver, drop anything on it. It's not gonna, anything bad's gonna happen. It's not gonna blow up, which you've seen happen in the past. So one very important step, which I always recommend to do. Check that again, there should be no power now. Completely gone. Brilliant. Okay, now the next step is going to be disconnecting the 3 motor cables and the hall sensor cable, and they're all coming out of the center here. You've got the white ones, which are the 3 motor cables here, and then this is the hall sensor cable, which is kind of stuck under there. It is a little bit tricky to get out because they do use silicone to keep it in place so it doesn't come out in regards to like vibrations and stuff. So take your time with it. Use like some tweezers or your nails, just try not to damage any of the cables. One other thing I like to do personally is just put a little bit of tape over both connectors, just so they don't touch anything you don't want them to. Like so. So this is a live one to the battery, cover that, easy as out. Same again on the other side, just for extra precaution, because you can never be too careful working with this sort of thing. Okay, cool. So what we're doing now, we're going to pull back these bits of fire protection or heat protection, and it should uncover the motor cables. So there's one. I'm going to disconnect now firstly. Make life a little bit easier, so pliers. Grab that, little twist and pull. Okay, so we have one motor wire out there. Just gonna check the colour. So we've got the, looks like green to me. I'll get the next one. Yes, we've got green, then blue, and then this one should be the yellow, which we'll double check. Okay, take this one out as well. Nice and gently. Okay, green, blue, and the final motor cable will be the yellow, which we have here. Let's get this one out as well. Nice and easy. Okay, so we have now green, blue, yellow from right, so green to the right, blue in the middle, and yellow to the left. They're the 3 motor cables. Got them 3, and now the last one here is the hall sensor cable, which is a little bit of an annoying one to get out. It's just in here, so it's very, very fiddly. I've done this before, my other mate's RS, and it's so fiddly, but we'll get there. Okay, I'm just gonna snip this off. Just to free these up, because we do need to work in here. Okay. Whatever cable this is very, very tight from the back. I don't like how tight that is. If you look, it's in the way of the one we need to get out. Okay, I'm just going to use my nails and pull away this white gunk that they used to keep the cables in place. Like this. Trying to get it out from this area because this wire is so tight around it, but we'll get there. Voila. Wow, that was long. So we finally have this out. That was really hard work. It's probably the worst part. Like, I hate this bit out of all of it the most, but got it. So all this gunk is what keeps it all on, and it's really tight together, so it's fiddly. You don't want to damage this, of course, and all of this, that's where it had to come from. You can see. Okay. Cool. So now we are free to release the motor. Okay, so next part, we need to release these bolts, which is going to free. Oh, that's what good to see they put a little seal around it. Well done, Gotway, Begode. Yeah, next thing we need to do is release these 6 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once you get them loose and off, that will free the motor from this side, and we'll do the same to the other side. Just loosen them a little bit for now. What I find quite funny, my mate's RS, he was the version 1, this is the version 2. His fan was actually over the top of the right hand side bolt, so you had to remove the fan to actually get to this bolt, but it seems like they've noticed that slight error they've done and corrected it on the version 2, which is cool. Constantly innovating and improving, I see Gotway, if we would say that. Okay, so we're just going to free these for now, not fully release them. Just because I want to release the other side as well. That's even. Okay, cool. Let's open this side as well. Okay, and then same again this side. Alright, I'll lay it back down on this side. Grab it by the hangers because they're going to be loose now. Set that back down. Okay, so finished taking these bolts out this side now. Seems a bit loose on the other side. And then we'll just slide the motor out. So here we go. Okay, so now all of the bolts are out holding this in, so we should be able to slide the motor out. We've got to feed these wires through this hole nice and gently. So it helps to lift the top side of the case slightly whilst you're trying to pull the motor out. Like so. Feed these through. Make sure you're extra careful with them not to break any of the cables, especially the hall sensor because it's probably the most delicate. Let's get this one through. Push them through, and voila. One hollow motor. So a number of places water can get in from this wheel. One is where the heatsink seal is. If it's not fully like sealed properly, water can come through. Another one is here. Another one is the trolley handle. So we're going to try and address all of those today. Firstly, we'll start with the heatsink. Okay, so heatsink is now unscrewed. I'm gonna do is show you underneath what the seal looks like for originally, and then I'll show you what we're gonna do with it. So you see that just lifted out, no problem. 4 screws got undone, and it's just literally lifted straight away. So try and show you underneath here. Put that light there. If you can see under, it's literally just a little rubber seal. That's it. So we're gonna put silicone around there, let it sit for a little while, and then screw that back in, and it'll just give it an extra bit of seal. Always, more protection is always better, remember. And leave that to dry for a bit now. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and get this down evenly as possible and screw the screws down lightly. Okay, so I'm gonna try to lower this down to be as right in place as possible. Okay, so now I'm going to try to get the screws just in place. So we've got it level in the right place. I'm not going to tighten these up hard though, just literally going to get them even. We're not tightening that up all the way, we just literally sat it on top, tightened it a little bit so it's in place. So leaving that there for now, let it dry a little bit more, and then I'll completely compress it. This is where it's come through, so this is what we want, so it's pushed itself through, made a nice seal around it, and then whilst this is not tightened fully, it's just like lightly tightened, give it about half an hour to an hour, then I'm going to fully tighten it to give it a nice proper seal. So we're done on that point. Tyre levers, dream. Okay. Keep doing this the whole way around. These are just normal plastic tyre levers. I use them for every tyre I do. Okay, and then where's the valve gone? There it is. So you wanna try and get the valve out. Like so. Push it through your finger and then pull it out. We should be able to pull the whole tyre and tube off together now. Voila, magique. Rotation forward. Okay, this is my life hack when it comes to tyres. Right. This here is, where is it? It's coconut oil. Butter, coconut oil, whatever you want to use, bit of oil. Swipe it around the rim. Swipe it around the rim. All the way around. It should make your life a lot easier when it comes to fitting the tyre.
Just a reminder to keep your wires to your right when you're looking for the rotation on the tyre to keep it forward. find it much easier to put half the tyre onto the rim and then put the inner tube in, then fit the rest of the tyre afterwards.
Right, inner tube.
And then you simply just reverse the process with the tyre levers until it pops into place.
Whew. Okay. Okay, so this is the left-hand side of the motor. I've taken the bolts out of the pedal arm. Hangers are taken off. So this is the part we want to protect. And these are the bearing covers that we've got. Okay, so hollow motor. Bearing covers. These are going to attach like that. There's bolts to go through. Nuts, they're going to attach either side. We're going to put marine grease, which is this. I'll put it into a syringe, so I'm going to get it in there easily. And then we're going to put Teflon spray around here on the outside of this so it slides nicely. These are 3D printed. A guy in Ukraine designed them, I believe. I'll put the link in the description. I paid £15 for the file to print these. My mate Si printed them for me, big up Si. Yeah, let's try it out. So, put grease in here first. Ooh. Okay, so now we're going to use Teflon spray. So this is it's dry lubricant. It's gonna help it keep less friction. Okay, so this is gonna go over here now. Okay, so sit that on there. Got a custom pedal hanger from ECU. I'll put the link in the description for them. These are much stronger and these are slightly higher as well. Nice snug fit. These have got little spring washers on to keep them tight. I'm not going to tighten these up fully, I'm going to get the bearing covers on the other side as well first. It's a nice seal. So we're not tighten up yet, so you see you've still got some play. This is what we want. Okay. The way it's printed as well, it's got it's like printed so it keeps it still for you, so you don't have to put a socket on there or anything, which is awesome. now I'm gonna have to tighten this up.
Right, so after doing some testing, what I actually found out was even if I left a small gap each side, I still tended to get a little bit of rubbing. What I did was added 6mm worth of rubber spaces in between the two halves of the bearing cover, and this actually worked out to be the perfect solution.
Okay, cool. Let's tighten these up.
When you do tighten up these pedal hangers, try and do it in like a star formation to try and keep it even so it's evenly bolted down and tight.
Cool. Done. Okay, just slide this in like so. Just get all these wires through this hole again. Okay, I'm going to reconnect the hall sensor up. Should go. Very tight squeeze. Okay.
Put some silicone onto the hall sensor connector. You do not want this coming out whilst you're riding. Make sure you get the motor wires in the right order when reconnecting them. Remember, it's yellow to the left, blue in the middle, and green to the right. Push down firmly onto the motor wire connectors to make sure they're in there tight. Then recover the motor wire connectors with the heat-proof sleeves.
Okay, so we've got all the wires plugged back in except the power. I'm gonna just put a little cable tie around. There we are. Voila. Okay, now I need to see if it still works because that would really suck.
It's completely normal to get a little spark when reconnecting the battery to the motherboard, so don't get worried about this.
Moment of truth. Okay, so with the trolley handle, you can silicone this bit, which I've normally done my MSX, but what I've done is created this for the shell, which I'll show you shortly. These holes need blocking up, so it's pretty simple. All I'm going to do is literally cut. This is how bodge we can be. So okay, I'm going to stick that in there. I'm going to cut a little tiny hole for the cable.
I'm gonna put that in there, and I'm gonna tape over it. I'll do this on both sides. Doesn't need to look pretty because it's on the inside. And just simply repeat the process on the other side. This is where we're at with things at the moment. Just all back together. I've used some rubber sheeting and some waterproof fabric and made a kind of cover which I can pull off and use the handle, and then at the front as well, just to keep the front button kind of free from water. What I've also done here, so I've got these speaker covers which I've cut with a Dremel. I've got 4 of these. I've put silicone around the outside to hold the kind of the mesh bit in place, and then kind of flatten the surface to keep it a bit watertight. And these are going to be attached over here and over the speakers, so once these are on I'll show you. But yeah, this should do the job. What I also recommend doing is just putting like duct tape or something around the actual seam of the case seal where it kind of joins together. Just extra waterproofing protection. You can't be too careful with this sort of thing. Every time you need to take it off, obviously just change the tape and that, but it does the job. Sick. Oh yeah, and with the case as well, just to keep it on, I've got Velcro on the case and the body. So the side pads I've got on, the power pads should kind of keep this together. Yeah, I've also put metal like hose clips around here. I've covered it with like rubber tape, so it won't hurt my hands or anything, but it'll keep the case on nice and solid. We're getting there. RS baby. Boom. Thanks for watching. If you come this far, then you might as well subscribe, leave a like, and comment to let me know what you thought of the video and what you want to see next. Peace out and ride safe, people.